we met a family at a restaurant in Nebraska that was just so amazed that we were there from Virginia and so shocked that we were riding to Alaska and amazed that we had been to Newfoundland and just had no idea you could go long distances on bikes. And it's really fun to talk to them. All you have to do is sit down and open up a map, and people will show up at your table and want to talk to you. Happened time and time again. It was really great. As we rode from the Grand Tetons to Yellowstone, the sky opened up with a painful hailstorm. Lightning, everything. I could hear Sherry through the Bluetooth going, ouch, and giggling. Then I'd do the same. We did that back and forth several times. Overall, I can't say it was all that painful. It was more funny than painful. But ugly weather time. We stopped at Old Faithful to have lunch, and as we were leaving, we heard the rangers were telling everyone to get back inside because of a massive thunderstorm that was coming. So we went inside and spent another hour inside as the storm passed by. Overall, it turned out to be a pretty ugly day at Yellowstone. Glacier National Park, the original goal of this entire trip. It's impossible to overstate the beauty of Glacier. It is truly stunning at every turn. It's pretty common for this road to be closed in the spring. Sometimes it doesn't open up until mid-July. If you happen to go to Glacier during that time, you definitely need to ride the east side of going to the Sun Road. It's much more grand and spectacular than the west side. One thing we did after Glacier was we stopped at Hungry Horse for the night, and we didn't realize it until we got home and started watching Long Way Round, and we realized that we stayed at the same hotel as Charlie and Ewan when they went through the guessing game of what town are we in, and they finally came up with Hungry Horse. We stayed in the same hotel, and we kind of thought that was a neat place. On to Banff. The road to Banff is very beautiful, and if you've ever seen a video of Banff, most likely you've seen bears in it. We were riding along and I noticed a couple of cars in front of us had pulled over to the side of the road, so we did too and looked down and saw this bear here. The picture doesn't do justice to just how close the bear felt like it was. Every time it looked at me, I just jumped. It sent a shockwave through my body every time the bear stopped and looked. Banff itself is a beautiful town. It's a tourist town. It's very much like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, if you've ever been there. The nice thing about Banff is in every direction there's a mountain to see. It's beautiful, beautiful little town. Leaving Banff, the highway is lined with fences, and that's nice, but what they've done is they've built these overpasses that are, you can't drive a car across them. They're just overpasses for the wildlife to get from one side to the other of the fenced highway, which is really nice because you know nothing is going to jump out in front of you. Once you're north of Banff, you get into the Icefield Parkway, and you're in the true Canadian Rockies at that point. And it's just beautiful, beautiful riding. These were the glaciers from the Columbia ice field along the Icefield Parkway. Didn't realize the ice field is actually just an enormous field of ice on top of the mountain, and the glaciers come down the mountain. That was a revelation to me. I guess I should have known that, but I didn't. Icefield Parkway is really an interesting road, and as you ride along, you'll just start picking out glacier after glacier. I know they give a count of how many glaciers there are. There's a lot. We spent the night in Dawson Creek. The next morning, we took the obligatory picture with the Alaska Highway. Everything changed at Dawson Creek. Up until now, when you tell people you're going to Alaska, they're amazed and find it hard to believe. Now everybody just expects you're going to Alaska. Not a whole lot to say about the Alaska Highway between Dawson Creek and Muncho Lake. The nice thing about it is they do a fantastic job of cutting back the vegetation. You're never concerned that something's going to lunge out from the road and jump in front of you. They really do a fantastic job in Canada.